are seeking to join us, like those who are already here, please go on to our coordinates are 8595 8325 993. And when prompted, please enter the code 5993. That said, this is AfricaOnline Media Corporation, and I don't know what is going on. I keep seeing being knocked out and being brought back. All the same, let's get going. Welcome to the fourth day or the fourth month of the year, 2025. April, we know, is the fourth month of the year. And from its Latin name, aperio, meaning to open or bud, because plants really begin to grow at this stage of their life. It is, in fact, a reference to the opening buds of springtime. Yes, for those of us in North America, it is spring, and we have a lot of things to do. Some of us plant, some of us just go jogging, some of us just rejoice in seeing the greenery that we have, the video that we have. So this Sunday, the first Sunday of the month of April, is April the 6th, the 96th day of the year.
All right. Can you guys hear him? Niason, we are having some issues, audio issues. Can you guys hear him? Oh, okay. Maju, this must be your fault. Mr. Songlefan Kemleke never has technical issues on his thing. But while we're waiting for him to come back, his editorials are a masterpiece. On behalf of AfricaOnline Media Corporation, I want to welcome all of you in particular, especially our guest speaker today, Dr. Nabila Ndumbe. And I see Mr. Victor Ndumbe. I think I remember him from Houston about 100 years ago. And Dr. Judith, I would love to see your face. Niasong, are you back? Niasong, are you okay now with your audio? All right, this show is unscripted, by the way. So I want to welcome, I really welcome some of our first-timers here. I see a Yulia Sai, you're welcome. Dr. Crosslin is a regular panelist on this show. Dr. Crosslin, you're welcome. Dr. Judith, I hope you will show your face. I'm not showing mine because I'm on the road. So while Niasong is solving his technical difficulties, our anchor, Ambassador Lisa, is on the road. She's usually here, but she's on the road, but the show is going to go on. This show is unscripted. So I will go to Dr. Nabila to introduce herself to our viewers. Oh, there she goes. Maju, look at you. Who are you trying to kill? You know, you look great and I love your background. All right, Niasong, are you okay now?
I am okay, but I don't know why the sound is not coming through.
Oh, okay, just continue your editorial.
That I'm muted, but I'm not muted. I'm
okay,
unmuted.
Okay, we can hear you. Obviously, you're having some issues. I don't know what the weather is in your...
Are you getting me?
Yes, yeah. You can go ahead and finish your editorial, and then we'll go to the guest speaker.
It's telling me that...
It's telling you that what?
Okay, as I was saying, there are 269 days left in 2025, and today is April 6th, the 14th Sunday of 2025, on the 15th week of 2025, using United States week number calculations. Am I being heard now?
Yes, we can. Yeah, we can hear you.
It is the 18th day of spring for those of us in North America. That tells us that there are 75 days left till summer. Many of us in North America would like summer to come because we rejoice having the heat that we used to have from the continent, especially if we are from sub-Saharan Africa or from the Sahara Desert itself. Some things worth noting about on this day in history. April 6th, in a faraway and dear land, remains one of an ill-conceived venture that failed to go far enough, but left behind scars that will hardly ever fade. Yes, it was April 6, 1984, but not with the same outcome as in George Orwell's book, 1984. Forget about that. Let's move on. This April 6th is celebrated as Geologists' Day. Did you do geography? Did you admire geology? Did you look for minerals in your young age? Whatever you did, today is Geologists' Day. So please, let's give a hug to them. Let's give a shout out to them. It is also celebrated as Good Deeds Day, an initiative of people dedicated to good things, doing good to people, doing good to everyone, and being good to all of us and to ourselves. Yes, it started in 2007. Do Good Day brings together millions of people and thousands of organizations from 115 countries of the world, people who unite annually to volunteer and hashtag do good. Their goal is to support global change makers and people who desire living in a better world to make an impact on whatever they do in their neighborhoods and in their different domains. Of course, Do Good Day, it is today. It started, as I said, in 2007. On this Do Good Day, AfricaOnline Media Corporation invites us to settle down and participate in discussing that topic, which we are announcing, financial literacy. Financial what? Financial literacy. And what is all that about? Do not scratch your head and wonder whether you need to go back to school to acquire that literacy. No, no worries. Please, one-time chairman of the Federal Reserve, that is in the United States, that was the central bank of the United States. Alan Greenspan once said, he told us some time ago, that the number one problem in today's generation and economy is the lack of financial literacy. So just what is this financial literacy all about? When we treated this topic some years ago, we said, among other things, that literacy by itself means to be literate or to be able to read and to write. And when we broaden it to the wider world, it means to be able to be well educated in something or to have a better understanding of something. Yes, we are literate when we are like that. Financial literacy, therefore, means the ability to know and to use the money we make or earn from business, to use it wisely. Yes. And that usually implies being able to use the money we earn or make from business, I'm repeating myself, and other ventures and transactions to generate or make more money, as our experts on the show will tell us as we unfold this chapter. Of course, that does not just happen. That is, being financially literate does not just happen. One usually must understand how to use that money to make more money, and to make things happen. In short, one must get involved in that process that is called, investing. That is, putting the money somewhere, making sure that you have something for the rainy day, not just going to the bar every day to consume the money through alcohol. Let us now let our chair, Reverend Palm, welcome all of us. She already started so that we can get this discussion going.
Reverend Palm. Niasong, thank you so much. You remain a journalistic icon, and thank you for your faithfulness. We've been doing this, those of you joining us for the first time. March made us 9 years on the air. And in 9 years, by the way, everybody is a volunteer. We've never missed a show except for one time when all 2 anchors and myself were indisposed. So thank you so much for your unmatched, unclonable editorials. These are things you scribbled last minute and they come out, life transforming. So thank you so much, Nia Song. And hopefully you're just lay hands on your computer and you need to stay on here during this show. I've told everybody it's unscripted. Let me also welcome our viewers we're streaming live on YouTube, and we're going to post it on Facebook, and it's going to stay there for generations to come. So I want to thank everyone here. Some people just joined, and I see Debbie, one of our regulars. So I'm going to go to our 2 main guests today. Dr. Nabila Ndumbe to introduce herself briefly, and then we'll go to Dr. Judith Foyabo to introduce herself briefly. And then Niasong, we are going to hand back over to you. And don't be worried. Niasong is a retired professor of journalism. I am sure he's not going to give you guys a board exam here or questions. So the show is unscripted, so just be relaxed. You're among friends, and thank you both so much for making the time to come here and share financial literacy with us and all those that are going to be watching on Facebook, YouTube, and even on the website. Thank you very much. And Dr. Ndumbe, over to you.
Thank you, Dr. Pam, for having me on today. It's quite an honor. I was really pleased when Dr. Judith told me that you are giving us some space in the air to share our crusade. As you rightly introduced me, my name is Nabila. Most people call me Nabila, Dr. Nabila, just because I have a doctorate degree from the healthcare industry. However, I transitioned to a wealth builder in the community with a mission to educate, empower, and elevate. I transitioned because I saw something even more devastating than what I saw in the healthcare industry, which I personally call a financial cancer. It is a silent illness. It is really silent because most people don't even know they have it, but they are dying daily. And this cancer is plaguing our communities. Too many families are one emergency away from financial disaster. Too many elders are leaving bills instead of blessings. And too many of us are working hard, but not building legacy. So I'm here and I've taken upon this mission to change that narrative. One conversation, one household, and one person at a time. Thanks again for having me.
Thank you so much. And thank you for coming, for making the time to come, to share your experience and your crusade with everyone that's going to be listening. Dr. Foyabo, please kindly unmute yourself and briefly introduce yourself before we go to the professor.
Okay.
There she goes.
Hey, good afternoon or good evening, wherever you're tuning in from. Thank you, everyone, for being here, for joining us on Africa Online. Thank you, Dr. Reverend Honorable Pamela, for putting me through this series of April. So April month financial series, financial literacy month. Thank you for giving me the honor. I am so happy to be here. I can't wait to have you all understand what's going on. I am Dr. Judith Foyabo. I used to be Caspar. That's my maiden name. For those of you who are seeing me for the first time, I'm a nurse practitioner and I am married. I live in Los Angeles with my 2 kids and my husband. Not long ago, the Lord gave me the special mandate to be a special needs parent. And with the help of my sister, my family, and Dr. Martin that you have not seen on, you'll be seeing later on this show, opened my eyes on what it meant to be financially literate. I have 6 degrees. I just go around picking them up, thinking that it was going to make me wealthy.
Please let us know where you're picking them up from so we can visit those spots.
I say pick them up now because I just kept taking one after the other. So I'm one of those people you call career chameleon because I changed my career as it needed for me to do that to change my children's medical and physical needs. So I changed from cloning genes. I wasn't making human beings, but bacteria. And then I became an industrial microbiologist. I would go and wear what you call the spacesuit way before anyone got into the spacesuit story. That is the
Before COVID.
COVID. That's COVID 19. So I have been doing all of that, but then I realized I did not have freedom, financial freedom. I would work tirelessly. After work, I would take up my children's caregiving because of the nature of what God gave them to me, and I'll have no time until my sister was able to pull out a large amount of money just like that. And I thought, did you break the bank? She did not. She had planned. She had informed me. She had told me. But I was busy carrying and picking up those degrees, as I just said, and of course, taking care of my children. So today, ladies and gentlemen, you're in for a treat. You're going to find out why it is important to know how money works, how money will change your life, how planning is no longer for the wealthy. It's for everyone. So thank you.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're
So, Professor,
welcome to the show. That's great.
Nyasom, over to you. Just for the record,
Yes,
you know, I'm a value. Yeah, hold on.
appreciate
I
the fact.
want them, Nyasom, can you hear me? I want them to know
Yeah,
why
go ahead.
we are calling you on this show Nyasom, because I'm a Bali woman. And when you work with Bali women, you become a Bali man. So Nyasom is actually Bangwa, but I gave him that title Ni and it has stuck. So Nyasom, go ahead. Nyasom.
I am 99.99%, and I appreciate our two ladies who have introduced themselves. And I would like for them to immediately, am I on? And I would like
Yes,
for them
you
to
are.
immediately answer the question before we get involved with all other participants. What exactly is financial? Is it picking up the jackpot? Yes. Am I being heard?
Yes.
It looks like I'm not.
Okay, so who wants to go first?
On.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's having technical difficulties. We're gonna go ahead. Nyasom, we don't want to leave you behind because you are the
first. Yes.
Okay, Dr. Nabs, you are muted. We can't hear you.
Okay, I believe I caught his question before it scrapped a little bit. His question is, what exactly is financial literacy?
That's right.
Great question.
Yes.
Because when people hear literacy, education, they start thinking multiple degrees. They start thinking they have to be in school for years, sit in classrooms to study and obtain one of the so many degrees that Dr. Judith has. No, it is not. It is simply just being aware of the basic principles of how money works, period. How do you earn money? How do you save it? How do you grow it? How do you protect it? And how do you transfer it? And we take the time to break it down in the simple terms. So even a high schooler can understand, and at their level, they can start planning from being empowered with those 5 basic principles of money. That's it.
Awesome. All right. Dr. Judith, same question for you. Do you have a different definition or is that okay?
That is okay.
All right.
I would also just say that financial literacy, for me, who has been collecting degrees, it's just to enable you, everyone that is listening, that an MBA, which is Master's in Business Administration, really can be changed into what is called a massive bank account, meaning you
Oh,
are able.
I love that. Wait a minute. Say that again because I do have an MBA. So I want to change it by the end of this show. I don't want to wait. And I don't want to collect any more degrees. Go ahead. Say that again one more time.
that NBA's massive bank account. The
Awesome.
author of that statement will be showing up at towards the end, and you will hear from him as well. He came up with that acronym, and that has changed most of our lives. So thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Niason.
Yes. So to welcome those who are listening, who are on the Zoom meeting right now, who are with us here now, Mr. Ndumbe, Victor Ndumbe, I see. I think one of the few men on the screen as myself. So please, to you, what is financial literacy and what have you done with your ability to either invest or make more money? Mr. Ndumbe, are you with us? Unmute, please.
Yeah, he's muted.
Yeah, he's muted. So we'll go around and see.
Okay, he's unmuted.
See, our Debbie McConnell.
No, Niason, he's unmuted.
Yes, Debbie, please.
I told you guys this show is unscripted, so
he's unmuted. Okay,
be ready for anything. Go ahead.
Thank you so much, Niason, for asking the question. So, again, I used to think that financial literacy is all about making lots of money, but you realize that as you make more money, you save less money. So financial literacy to me is Dr. Nabs, is my wife. Because
good answer. You will live long. Good. That's a smart guy.
I like that. I like that. Full disclosure.
That's it, right? So yeah. we're learning how to make money, right? How to save money, how to protect it, and how to transfer it. So it's been a game changer. And what I've been privileged to learn, I'm hoping that more of the viewers would be able to pick one or two things from this discussion today. So thank you very much for calling up on me. Appreciate that.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Our Debbie Bakomet, your take on financial literacy.
Good afternoon, Niason. Yes. Good afternoon. I want to welcome my brothers and sisters that I haven't seen, but because of you guys and because of this forum, I'm able to see the faces and hear the voices. I'm sorry, I'm in a location where I cannot put on my camera, so I apologize for that. To answer your question, Niason, financial literacy is from my perspective, is being able to amass wealth that I can share with my loved ones even after I leave this world. But the question is, how do I get to feel that dream? How can I get to also leave something for the generations after me? So I'm actually here to learn from the experts. Thank you. Back to you, Niason.
Thank you very much. Our experts will certainly be returning to that question.
Niason, before you proceed, one of the guests, maybe they came in late. The link to the YouTube is on the chat box. So, Mr. Sai, I've put it again on the chat box so you can share that link. We are streaming live on YouTube. Just so you know, for the first 8.5 years, we were streaming live on Facebook. We just switched to YouTube. Don't ask me why we were not streaming on YouTube. I'm the one streaming. So we just have volunteers here. So I'm not an IT person. My background is pharmacy. So don't blame me for that. I'm just a volunteer. So we are now streaming live on YouTube. All right. So, okay, he got it. All right. Niason, proceed.
Yeah. Jasmine, please, you logged in early enough on this program. Can you tell us your thoughts about financial literacy?
Hi, good evening.
Jasmine, welcome.
Well, thank you. My take on financial literacy is basically like gaining knowledge and resources on how to successfully build a better future for your loved ones. And just like the person said before me, just like if you're not here, your loved ones have something here, as you know, even though you're long gone and everything.
All right, generational wealth.
Yes, there you go. Thank you.
Thank you. And I see Patience Taco. Can you please tell us where you're calling from and ask a question or say what you think about financial literacy? Patience, She's muted.
She's muted, and everybody's going to get a chance to ask questions to our experts. So,
yes. Our Dr. Crosland, please. Your question on financial literacy before we get the rest of the team to continue.
Sure.
Yes,
Hello.
go ahead, Dr. Crosland.
Hello, everyone. As you guys can see from my photo, I am a beauty queen. So
that's right, a beautiful one at that.
Thank you so much. And so I wear my crown with purpose. So financial literacy helps me to turn my influence into income. My platform is my purpose, and I live every moment with movement. And I've learned how to charge for what I'm worth for my appearances.
Awesome.
I just started a new TV series. I taped 5 shows already for
congratulations.
Thank you so much. The Housewives of DMV. And I'm really excited about it. I'm glad we're speaking about this topic. I was able to invite my first guest. She has a financial literacy wealth empire that she has built, and she sponsored 2 of the episodes so that she gets credit for it and is able to monetize on her appearance on my TV series. So I'm really excited about the topic, and I wish you all well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Crosland.
Thank you so much. Portia, I don't know, can you unmute, please? And pardon me. Portia, please unmute and make your first statement on the show. Not unmuting. There's an iPhone there too.
Hello.
We don't know who that is. We like to go by people's names. So when we see iPhone, we begin. Yeah, okay. Yes, go ahead. She went back to mute again. Okay, we will continue the show. Julia, is that Julia? Tai?
Hello.
Unmute, please, and make your statement. Yes, please go ahead.
Hi. Yeah.
If I don't say your name right, correct me.
Oh, can you hear me?
What's your take on financial literacy? What do you think about it?
So personally, I think financial.
We hear you.
Oh, okay. For financial literacy, I personally think it's having the knowledge and skills to understand and manage my money effectively, and it could come in forms of budgeting, saving and investing, or using like credit cards wisely, and having a broader understanding of loans, interest, and debt, which can help me in the future. I'm only in college, so I'm still learning all of these. Yeah.
Just stay tight. Our experts will tell us more about that. I say, Liz, is that Fungwan? Please, Liz, if you are with us, your first statements before we go around to our experts.
Hi, I came in late.
Yes,
I'm
please.
not sure what the question is, please.
It's financial literacy. So what's your take on that before we go back to our experts?
All right, okay. All right, very similar to what the previous speaker said. It's about gaining an understanding of what money, how to manage money, how to be, all that it takes to be able to manage what you earn every month in order to be in the blue. Yeah.
So
I think that,
in order not to take the wind out of the sails of our experts, Dr. Nabs, Dr. Nabila, please tell us have the members of the audience so far met your expectation? They seem to have some knowledge of what financial literacy is all about, but tell us more.
I very strongly believe they have met my expectations because I heard debt management, I heard budgeting, I heard saving, I heard growing, investing, passing on, living on something when I leave this planet. So they're summarily, they're on the right track.
Dr. Foyabo, please take the
Okay,
cue.
Nia, so real quick before I because I have to mute.
It's a give and take between the two nurses who have changed professions to be financial management, to financial management, sorry.
Yeah, Nia, so just a minute, Dr. Foyabo, 1 second. Like I said, this show is unscripted. I
Yes.
want both Dr.
Yes.
Foyabo and Dr. Nabs to address this question after Dr. Foyabo answers this question, the last question. There are people that have worked in this country for so many years. They've heard about financial literacy. They've attended classes, even master classes. They made a lot of money, but they cannot even put a finger to where that money went to. One of my relatives said, and she said this in Bali, but since the people here don't speak Bali, I don't know how they got on this Zoom without knowing how to speak Mangaka, but I'll just try to paraphrase it in English. She said this money in this country is the money because you work the money, you don't see where it goes. So after this question, I want you guys to address that while I go back on mute. Why is it that there are educated people, some who pick degrees like Dr. Judith, and some who have attended all this financial literacy class every year, they make so much money, they try to save money, and at the end of the year, they are blown away when the IRS is saying, this is what you owe, this is what you did. So I want you guys to address that because something is missing somewhere. And we need to reach those people too. Those people that have all this information yet they are not able to apply it or they don't see the manifestations of the applications of that knowledge. So I'm going to go back to mute. So Dr. Judy, when you answer the last question, I want you and Dr. Nabs to address this one and I'll be back.
Okay, to me, it basically is playing the game right, knowing the rules of the game and knowing how to win in the game. So basically, if there is a game and you are in the game playing and you don't know what to do, you will lose. Financial literacy is basically knowing the rules of the game. If you are in a game and you are not playing the game, you will be played. Simple. I'm going to hand over to my sister to give you the rules. How to play that game and win. That's the reason why we are all here today. Take it away. You are muted.
Okay, I am muted.
Yeah, she's muted.
So I believe I'm addressing.
Yeah, okay, there you go.
Okay, I believe I'm addressing the question that Dr.
We're listening to you, please.
Yes, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, please.
We can hear you. Go ahead.
I believe I'm addressing the question which Dr. Honorable Pamela asked. And that's a very powerful question which I hear all the time. I'm working hard, I'm educated, I'm saving, so why does it feel like I'm barely ahead? And I like how she said, somebody said it in Bali, which is our native language, that the money is sort of like a spiritual money, like you get money and it just goes away. The system, I have news for you, my friends. The system is designed that way, period. That's exactly that's exactly where they want you to be. It is a system. Now, the thing about a system is you either play it or it plays you. And how do you play it? The only way you can play it and win is if you know the rules. If you don't know the rules, the system knows the rule, so you're going to get entrapped into it. You can make 6 figures and still feel broke. If obviously you're losing 30 to 40% of your income to taxes, then spending the rest just to keep up. And then talking about just to keep up, this is another thing that's killing us. It's called living like the Joneses. Tomorrow you want to buy the same car like your neighbor. You don't know if your neighbor is living on generational wealth. And you just arrived here, your grandparents who passed away did not know anything about life insurance, so nobody left you a dime. But now you want to live like your next door neighbor. That's financial leakage, and that's what we call the silent wealth killer. Money is seeping out from unnecessary usage because you have green eye, or money is seeping out because you don't know the rules that Uncle Sam is playing you. So education, my friends, this is what you really need to understand the difference. Being educated is not necessarily mean being empowered. You can have so many degrees, but if you don't understand basic financial education that empowers you to make money decisions, you will be working and earning and feel broke. Take, for example, majority of us go to school, get a degree, get a job. First thing at the job is we're signed into a 401k plan. And we have no clue of the contract that we're getting into with Uncle Sam. Until down the line, it hits us hard on the back end. But if you understood how taxation works, how the wealthy people are using the tax rules to their advantage, then you'll be able to play the game and know exactly how to place your money, whether you're saving it for the immediate future or you're saving it for later. So what's the fix then? Dr. Honorable Pamela said there's a lot of people too that have attended the financial literacy seminars. They've sat down with someone, they've educated them, yet they're still broke. Why? That's the second point. All the intake with that action is the same as zero. If you learn and you don't put it into action, it's equals to you did not learn. So there's a saying that said knowledge is power. No, that's half of it. Or that's even a quarter of it. Knowledge is only power to the extent which you implement the knowledge. You can go to school to be a medical doctor and you study all the science and you are sharp and you have an A, you graduated with A degrees and all that. But if you don't actually come out and practice, what good is that knowledge? So it boils down to empowering yourself with the right information, not necessarily being educated in school. Empowering yourself with how the system works, and then taking action about what you were empowered with. So Nia-san, that's the long and short to answer Dr. Honorable's question. And obviously I'll go into more details with specific topics as the questions come along. I hope Nia-san there.
It's frozen. Can you
That's
hear
okay.
us?
I'm back. All right. So where are we? Maju, I don't know.
Something is
okay,
happening.
Nia-san, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was asking I was asking, how do you empower yourself to be able to play in the financial market?
So I'm going to go back.
Dr. Nabs?
Yes, sir. Song. You have to understand.
Yeah, no.
You have to understand.
That's because some forget about me, just say again.
Okay. You have to understand the rules of money. Okay. The first rule, which I'm going to teach my audience today, is that of rule of 72.
Okay, that's news to me. I've never heard that one.
Compounding interest. It's the seven wonders or the seven magic wonders. Compounding interest can either work in your favor or it can work against you. So there, it's always going to be there. So you therefore want to be on the side where it's working on your favor. And this is as simple as it is for my audience. If you're offered an interest rate in any vehicle to compound the interest of your growth, to compound your money, growth of your money, I want you to take 72 and divide it over, or take that interest and divide it into 72. Say, for example, if you were given 1%, I'm going to use a very simple number because sometimes some of us are mathematically challenged. Okay. I feel like I'm one of those, but so I know I have a lot of friends. 72 divided by 1, it's 72. So therefore, it's going to take 72 years for that money to double.
Oh, no way.
So if you have 72 years to wait for your $100 to become $200, then you go ahead and you choose that particular investment vehicle. Most people don't even read the fine lines. They don't ask questions. They don't look at it. They just put their money there. And at the end, 1 year, 2 years, 6 years, they're like, but what happened? My money still looks the same. Because you always have to remember rule of 72, and you want to put yourself on the side where compounding interest is working for your favor. Remember, you got to know the system. So credit cards know the system very well. So they would use you to have that compound interest to work in their favor. So when they offer you all these credit cards and you feel really excited of having a good credit rating, my credit score is good, there's a catch to it. Because they know you're going to go spending what you don't have. Once again, going back to live like the Joneses. And they would simply earn compound interest on you. Is credit card bad? No. Is credit card good? No. It's how you use it. The way you use it, it can be very good. Or the way you use it can be very bad. I'll teach you another rule. It's called OPM.
Other people's money?
There you go.
Okay.
So when you think of other people's money, that's how you want to make credit card usage to be good in your favor. So how does that work then? That means you pay your bills with the credit card and earn points. You have to be selective of what kind of credit card you're using. Use their money. Or if you have a project which you were going to use your money anyways, you have the money. Remember, we're not spending outside of our means. We're not being like the Joneses. If you had money already, which you budgeted for something, don't use your money. Use Delta, Sky Miles, whatever you're picking, what is going to be of value to you. Use it for that project. Get the miles, and then use the miles to buy your ticket to travel somewhere where ordinarily you would have used your own money. That is a very simple example I can give you of OPM, use other people's money. But as you use that credit card, You already have your money that you're paying right back, so that way they don't use you for compound interest.
Correct.
I believe this is a very simple practice that everybody can take home and actually start implementing.
Okay, I have a question. So Dr. Nabs, I get that with the credit card, but that does not apply to debit card because debit card is a waste, right? This is just for credit cards.
Credit cards, that gives you privileges, that gives you something, that you get something back.
Mm-hmm.
So you're using their money to get something back for you.
Mm-hmm.
Not just a debit card. Then it doesn't make sense. In essence, every time you think of, I need to invest or I need to buy something, instead of buying with your money, buy with somebody else's money. And there are several different levels of this OPM. I just gave you a very basic, simple example, which most people encounter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, the next biggest rule, or system that you need to understand is America's taxation system. It's always going to be there, whether you like it or not. Uncle Sam, your favorite uncle, is not going away.
I'm not related to him, just for the records.
Well, don't claim him as uncle, but he's still claiming you as niece. And he loves you. And why does he love you? Especially those nieces who don't understand the game. You have two choices with Uncle Sam. You can pay him now, or you can pay him later. Either way, you have to pay him. You pay him now, or you pay him later. So the question really is, how do you want to structure your money such that you don't have to pay him later, where he decides how much you get to pay? You don't make the decision, he makes the decision. So my friends, I want you to think about it this way. If you were to go into a loan situation with me, you come to me and you say, Dr. Nabs, borrow me $50,000. And I say, sure. Here you go, Dr. Pamela. Yes, 50,000. What would you want?
That would not be me. Call somebody else's name.
What would you want to know?
It's okay. It's okay.
What would you want to know about that debt, that loan that you're taking from me?
The interest, of course.
The interest.
Yes.
But what if I tell you, no, don't worry about the interest now. I'll let you know when it's time to pay back what the interest will be. Would you take that?
Of course not.
But why are we doing it with Uncle Sam every day when we go and sign up for 401k plans? Hello? Did you know that was what you're doing?
Hello.
You're going into a contract.
That's right. Yes.
That
in Bangwa, we say we never buy a chicken in the bag.
There you go.
We must see the chicken. So you cannot give me a loan without telling me how much interest it is.
But when we come here, we do it every day.
Yes.
Because we say, well,
go ahead, Dr. Nabs.
When we come here, we do it every day because we say, oh, I just love my company. I love my 401k. Oh, it's a wonderful benefit. Oh, they give me a little carrot. They dangle a carrot in front of me in the name of matching it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Now that they love you so much to match your 401k, why don't you ask them to give you a raise in place of the matching? Oh,
Good
no.
question.
They won't do that. Why wouldn't they do that? Because it's not benefiting them. So the reason why they're giving you that match is because it has a lot more benefit to them than the match they gave you.
That's right.
Because they already understand the taxation rules. They know that they want to determine how much taxes they pay to Uncle Sam now. So one of the things that they can shave off their taxes now is to say, we gave our employees some extra money, so give us a tax break.
Mm-hmm.
And then you, the employee, you take the extra money and there's no interest rate contract and you carry it on to 59 and a half. And then Uncle Sam said, I need payment, I need taxes on that money the company gave you and your own money. then you wonder why the 401k has never retired anybody. So
this is good information. So I'm glad you're sharing that.
So we need to understand that pay your taxes now as opposed to push it for later. Because pushing it for later, or what we call deferred, it's only going to get you into a tax trap. Then when it comes to pay now, you need to take advantage of all the tax codes that are there, so that way you're paying the least amount of tax now.
Tax avoidance.
Well, not really tax avoidance, because we don't want to preach for anybody to avoid taxes, but we just want you to pay only what is due for you, not more than what you're due. So one of the biggest tax cuts you can get, deductions you can get now in America, is owning a small business. Do you all own a small business? Do you all own a small business? So you work for someone, they give you a W-2, and before they even give it to you, Uncle Sam takes part of the money and keeps it. And he is earning interest on your money. Then at the end of the year, you file for taxes and you're rejoicing that you got money back. Uh-oh. So you gave your money free, you lended your money free to Uncle Sam.
With no interest.
With no interest. He's carrying on his projects with it. At the end of the year, he comes and he gives you leftover and you're happy, I got a tax refund. You got a tax refund of money that should have been earning you interest somewhere? Have a small business, keep all your money. At the end of the year, you now decide, because you're 1099, how much to give to Uncle Sam. It's not Uncle Sam deciding for you how much he needs to give you back. It's you deciding how much you need to give him at the end of the year, after you've done all your deductions. And there's so many places as a small business owner where you can claim legal. Again, remember, legal tax deductions. But if you're not in touch with a financial strategy,
I just want to let
Niason, you want to let what? You may have to use the chat box.
Go ahead.
Use the chat box. Your audio is breaking up. Go ahead, Dr. Nabs.
Just wanted to say that people on the screen can raise their hands to ask questions if they have questions to ask.
Okay, no problem. Dr. Nabs, go ahead.
This thing is horrible.
So if you're not in touch with a financial strategist to look at your specific situation and show you all the loopholes that you can use. Well, when I say loopholes, not meaning you should evade taxes, but the laws that are there already and the wealthy are using it. For example, if you have a business, you can literally write off a good amount of your house for having a meeting in your house, for your business meeting. But I'm not going to go into all the specifics, but the point I'm trying to tell you is one of the biggest areas that you need to really understand is taxation. Taxation is like a leaking bucket in your money, with your money. On the place of taxation, what you want to do is to have what they call tax advantaged accounts. Because when you pay your taxes now at the rate that you determine based on all your deductions, because you're calling the shots, you want to now grow your money in a vehicle that would never be taxed again. That's a tax advantaged vehicle.
Awesome.
There are a couple of tax advantage vehicles which most people know about. Most people know about Roth IRA. I'm sure the audience here, you can put in the chat if you have a Roth IRA, if you know about a Roth IRA, because that's a common one. The reason why it's called Roth It's named after a senator, Senator Roth, whom at some point in the IRS, money management, all of that, they realized that the government was needing people to pay a lot more taxes now and not defer it. So they said, let's give them an incentive for them to open a retirement account or a long-term account where they pay their taxes now, the money grows in there, and they don't have to pay taxes on it later. Now, who's that going to benefit? Obviously, you, because you've just put yourself in a situation where you have no contract with Uncle Sam later on to come and define to you what taxes are, which are probably going to be higher.
Mm-hmm.
So Uncle Sam is like, that deal, that's tough on me. So what am I going to do? I'm going to limit how much money you can put in that particular vehicle. So in your Roth account, you can put anywhere between 6,500 or 7,000 a year, depending on the year or depending if you're single or if you're married. But that's such a small amount. But how do you amass wealth, or how do you save appropriately for the future by saving only 7,000? So what do the wealthy people do then? So the wealthy people now go to the next tax code called 7702. My audience, have you guys heard of 7702?
No.
I want you to write that down and look it up. It's
No.
right there. IRC, Internal Revenue Code 772.
Tell us more.
Dr. Judith, can you put it in the chat box?
So that tax code, just like the Roth, enables you to take advantage, enables you to pay your taxes now, have your money in a vehicle that at the point whenever you're going to use it, that money wouldn't be taxed and the growth would not be taxed. And you can decide how much money you want to put there. Uncle Sam is not going to be the one to put the limitation.
Okay, Dr. Nabs, thank you so much. I have made you co-host, and Dr. Judith, I just made you co-host, so you can put anything in the chat. We are coming up to the top of the hour where we play our anthem and we also announce the next topic. I would like for you, Dr. Nabs and Dr. Judith, to put your organization information in the chat, so those who are on here can reach out to you later, and those who are going to watch can reach out to you. We don't want anything back. We just wanted to empower you. So you're going to keep getting customers from YouTube and Facebook because of this program. And that's what we are here for. Our motto is awareness, solution, and progress. Financial literacy is a challenge in our community. There are so many, even business people. I taught business at a university for 1 year. I taught 7 leadership, business ethics, crisis management, and conflict resolution in a business development class. You'll be surprised how many Africans in particular don't value their time. When they calculate their overhead, they don't include their time. They don't include a lot of things like you were talking about their homes. They have meetings in their homes. Some of them even operate out of their homes, but they don't include the rents that they're paying in the homes. So this is so good. And we own this airtime. So if we need to extend it, we will be extending it. But we are coming up to the top of the hour. Does anybody have any quick questions for Dr. Nabila or Dr. Judy before we go? We have less than 1 minute to play our anthem so she can get a sip of water before we come back. Anybody has any quick questions? And let me apologize on behalf of this legend. He has never had this kind of technical issue. I think he's having challenges dealing with 3 or 4 or 5 Bali women on the show. We've never had that many Bali women on the show before. So I think he's feeling the heat. So anybody, if you have any questions, when you come in, the system automatically... Huh? Hello? Is somebody speaking?
No, this is something I was saying that the ballet women have never been a challenge to me.
Oh,
yeah, I was
good.
speaking. I was saying that the ballet women have never been a challenge to me. I'm comfortable in their midst.
Okay, awesome, awesome. All right, so please, you can put your questions in the chat box or unmute yourself and raise your hands. But right now, Dr. Knapp and Dr. Judy, please take a sip of water. We're going to play our anthem. We own full rights to this song. I wrote this song in 2016, and it was composed by one of my adopted sons, DJ Skipper. So it is our song. Hold on a second. Let me make sure I share the sound. All right, can you guys hear it?
Africans, Africans for Africa. 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 Africans have many bright ideas. If only you let us share. If you really want to know my history, please come, sit down, listen to my story. God gave us a wisdom. He guides our footsteps, makes us shine and transform. Hey, as one people, with so many cultures, yet indeed we are one. Stand up, Africans, let's save Africa. Let us all unite behind AfricaOnline Media Corporation. Stand up, Africans, let's save Africa. It's time to come together, promote awareness, progress, and solution. Hey. Africans, Africans for Africa. Africans, Africans for Africa. Africans, Africans for Africa. All Africans can rally for a common cause, to believe without judgment in what our brother does. To identify and resolve our challenges, to allow each other's ideas without regard to standards. As one people with so many cultures, yes indeed we are one. Stand up, Africans, for Africa. Let us solve all the problems plaguing our continent. Stand up, Africans, let's save Africa. Let us empower Africans in and out of Africa. Stand up, Africans, for Africa. AfricaOnline Media Corporation, that's a good way to start. Stand up, Africans, let's save Africa. They have all the resources we need to benefit our society. Oh. Education for everyone. If we believe prosperity for Africans. If we believe medical facilitation for Africans. If we believe stand up, Africa, yes, for Africa. AfricaOnline Media Corporation, that's a good way to start. Stand up, Africans, let's save Africa. Africa is a cradle of civilization, the motherland. Stand up, Africans, for Africa. We were enslaved not because we were weak, but because of our hospitality. Stand up, Africans, let's save Africa. Jump on the AfricaOnline miracle jet. Don't be left behind. Stand up, Africans, for for Africa. Together we shall succeed, together we will win. Stand up, Africans, let's save Africa. We are writing our own story, the truth, and we shall tell it to the world. Stand up, Africans, for Africa. No more lies, Africans own Africa.
No more lies, Africans own Africa. Our co-anchor loves that song. I know she's regretting that she's not on the show today. So next week we're doing a financial, we're going to do a sequel to this program, and we're going to have our brother Douglas Eze with Lago Financial will be here. He calls himself the Cash Value King. He will be here next Sunday. And our sister organization, Africa's Brain Bank, has its 6th annual summit and charity ball in New York City, Labor Day weekend, August 28th to September the 1st. It's a must attend. We're going to be discussing Africa's greatest problems, brain drain. And for the first time, I'll be delivering the keynote address. So I'm very humbled and excited about that. We're going to be in New York City. We have some heavyweights coming from Wall Street, from Nollywood. Our global ambassador is the iconic Richard Murphy Damijo, popularly known as RMD. And our ambassador to Africa is Mr. Ramsey Noah, another Nollywood icon. And we have the best plastic surgeon out of Beverly Hills, Dr. Obeng, will be on the summit panel. We have the CEO of Black and Global, Miss Melissa Mohammed, will be on the panel. We have, I'm not going to be able to call everybody's names here. So New York City is the place to be, and I'll be putting the link in the chat box. Nia Song, I think we should allow the audience to unmute themselves and ask questions to our experts. Like I said, the airtime is ours. If we need to extend it by a few minutes, we will do so. So we take everybody. So if you have questions, please unmute yourself. If you are speaking and we're not responding, we're not ignoring you, you are muted. So you have to unmute yourself. We mute participants on arrival because we don't want to hear any background noise. You know, we don't want anybody to be planning a coup d'etat and it airs on live on this program. So we mute everybody. So you have to manually unmute yourself. Nia Song, anything to add before we go to any questions from anyone? Nia Song, are you frozen?
So it looks like
no, we can hear you.
I'm trying to unmute, but it's not unmuting.
Okay.
Are you getting me?
We can hear you.
What went wrong? Something went wrong somewhere.
Okay, if you don't have anything to add, we'll take questions from the audience. Okay, if anybody has
let the audience ask questions, please.
Please kindly unmute yourself.
Are ready to start.
All right, if not, we can go back to our speaker. If you have a question, please unmute yourself and we'll give you the mic. This show is unscripted. Sister Debbie, I'm surprised you have not asked any questions. You know you are muted, right? I see a Dr. Joyce Ajekwa Andong. You're welcome to the program. Do you have any questions on financial literacy or what our sister, that tax, by the way, the education on the tax thing is very crucial because April the 15th, I think, is the cutoff date for taxes. So this is the right time to have that conversation. Again, and I'm going to put it on the chat, but let's go back to Dr. Judy. You've been quiet. If we need you to say something before we go to Dr. Nabs.
Your Majesty, this is Debbie. I'm behind the wheel. If there's no one speaking, when you get the opportunity, I would like to ask a question.
No, go ahead and ask. You are behind the wheel. Ask the question with your mouth, not with your eyes, because we want you to keep your eyes on the road. So go ahead. The mic is yours.
Oh, Mayaka, I just wanted to find out for novice like us who have to listen to you specialists and have a generation that do not comprehend anything. How do we align ourselves with them to be on the same wavelength that it's important for them to learn about financial readiness from adults rather than learn it by getting involved in a situation where they cannot come out. Then that's when they start navigating their way by themselves. How can you help us with that? Thank you.
That Miss Debbie?
Yes, please.
Yes.
That's me.
All right, great question. You know, one of the first ways that even kids learn anything is from their parents. They learn by seeing first, they even start reading. So the actions that we right now are taking are should be exemplary actions for the next generation, for those kids to see how we're doing things now differently that our parents did not do. And that's how they're going to learn. And we are on this massive crusade of call to action, bringing the information and education to every person, every household, every community. I remember way back in 2013, 2012, when my current mentor, Dr. Martin Kwende, was been very influential with bringing this information to the community. He used to go around to every meeting, or what they call it, meeting house or Njangi house or associations of ex-students, and he was preaching financial literacy, financial empowerment. A lot of people did not lean their ears to it, but now it's become a lot more household conversations and more people are listening. So it's not just a Miss Debbie. The real thing is, as you listen, as a person, you take action, and there's that ripple effect. The next person sees you taking action, they realize that it's of absolute paramount importance, and they take action as well.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Nabs. There's something I want either you or Dr. Judith to clarify in our community. A lot of people, and I was one of those people, I still haven't done anything with all the financial literacy information I've been hearing for the past 3 years, so don't be like me. But a lot of people, they have this either a misconception or a conception or a perception that this thing is about life insurance. And in the past, I think our people are becoming more aware now, but in the past, in this country, when a Cameroonian would die, people would be passing out bowls or dishes for people to collect money to bury that person. Then they came up with something called Saji, and another one, Camtot in the BCA, USA, and other. They have different names for those things. That kind of took care of that. So most Cameroonians now have some kind of savings, life or death benefit, but that only helps their family, not them, or help with their funeral.
Right.
So, Dr. Crossley, I see your hand up. You ask your question after she answers this. Thank you so much. So the thing is, how do you explain this? I think the line is kind of blurry. And another thing was like, a lot of people were like, you know what, I'm not going to die anytime soon. But then we've had in our community, we're losing people now almost every day. Somebody is dying. People are dying in their 40s, 30s, 50s, which to me is premature death. So if you can kind of clarify that blur line between what you're talking about, which is crucial, and the people are thinking, oh, this is just life insurance. You see what I'm saying? And then we'll go to Dr. Crossley.
So that's where I started off with one of the things we should be empowered about is taxation in America. That is there. You cannot avoid it. You have to understand the different tax rules, tax codes, so you can use it to your advantage. Now, there's a great book that I'm going to recommend to the audience here. It's called Money, Wealth, Life Insurance. If you look at that book, the life insurance title, it's so huge. It's in orange. But right below that, in small print, it says how the wealthy use this vehicle as a tax-free to supercharge their savings.
Okay.
So in what is most important about it, they put it in small print, it's tax-free, it's supercharged. So the question that I have for people is, do you want an account that you can supercharge your savings in it? Do you want an account that will give you tax advantages from Uncle Sam? And they all say yes. I said, okay, then what's the problem? Oh, okay, I didn't realize that it had the life insurance. But okay, what is the issue too with life insurance? Do you have a problem paying car insurance? Do you have a problem paying home insurance? No. So it goes back to Dr. Pamela, education for people to understand what this particular tool is.
Okay.
And it's basically a tax code. And it has many tax codes, as a matter of fact, connected to it. The 7702, which I explained, which allows that vehicle to be able to compound interest growth, which can be used later without paying taxes on the principal and the growth to Uncle Sam. That's how the wealthy get to bypass major taxation. It also has a piece to it, that 7702, called B. There's a little B connected to, which means besides you dying, which is what most of our people are afraid of. They don't want to die. They think they're never going to die. That's okay. But what comes?
They want to go to heaven, though. They want to go to heaven. They don't know that's the only way to get there. But go ahead.
But what comes before death? Most times people get sick first. And the illness is actually what caused the economic stress that comes with the illness, because they're not able to work, is actually what causes them now to die. But this same tax code, 7702B, has in it embedded that you can have a payout of that death benefit, an accelerated payout of that death benefit, should in case you become critically or chronically ill. Now, a lot of people are not aware of that, because all they're thinking is, I don't want to leave money for somebody when I pass. But okay, forget about the somebody. How about you? Right now, you get diagnosed with cancer. What are you going to use? You're not able to work. Most cancers, most chronic illness, heart attacks are treatable right now. So you will survive. But as you survive and try to manage that, your bills don't stop. So understanding that because of the tax codes associated with this vehicle, you can do a lot more things with it, is what will really put our community in a place to realize that it should be part of their portfolio. Because our GoFundMe, or what's the other one they have in Bali? Captot will buy your coffin, will carry you home, but will not educate your kids. What's going to happen to the future of your kids? What's going to happen to your family that you were supposed to be taking care of back at home? Then Captot, as a matter of fact, will barely just pay those funeral costs, but they will not take care of the logistics. But when we educate you, we show you different plans and things that will actually take care of the logistics for you, so you can mourn, besides the economic factor that will also be relieved.
Thank you so much.
Pamela, in short, to summarize your question, it again goes back to the fact that our communities have a lot of misconceptions or myths about life insurance. If they can just pull back and look at it as a tax code which the wealthy are using to supercharge themselves and stay away from taxes and get a whole lot of other benefits, then they'll be more open to taking actions.
Awesome. So, Dr. Crossley, your hand has been up. Thank you so much. Can you unmute yourself? And Dr. Judy, please repost a couple of people just joined. Repost the contact for Dr. Nabs and yourself in the chat so they can reach out to you guys. So, Dr. Crossley, the mic is yours.
Thank you so much. You know, I'm a very optimistic person, and I'm learning how to have more energy. And I just get so revived when I think about financial literacy and how it has impacted and helped me to secure health care. It took a while, but I worked at it and I was patient. And I even developed and networked and built relationships and friendships. For example, I raised over $500,000 for my nonprofit. So for me, that's financial literacy on steroids. Through my nonprofit organization, one of the Mr. DC gentleman who won the title of Mr. DC, he was gifted a free Lexus car from the Lexus car company for his volunteer service. So for him, that was financial literacy. So my point to everyone on this line, financial literacy is a good thing. And don't let it affect you guys negatively, mentally. You're doing the best you can with what you have. And I just want to encourage everyone, because I'm a beauty queen. That's what the crown does. It encourages people. And I just want to encourage you all to keep your chin up and, keep track of what you can do. And you can take little tiny baby steps to help out whatever your financial need is at this time. And I just want to encourage you, if it's paying your light bill or paying your water bill, get the help that you need, and don't feel sad. Do not give up. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Crossley. So, Ania, so we have a special guest. Dr. Martin is here, but I will let Dr. Ndumbe introduce him.
All right, my friends, audience, you are in for a special treat. What you just heard from myself and Dr. Judith is what we call the John the Baptist version of
the forerunner version.
The forerunner version of Jesus.
That's good.
I think that's the best introduction I can have for this amazing gentleman who has a heart and a mission for our community to see that no family is left behind. He stopped his career as a biomedical engineer of many years, earning about $500,000 income and household just because he saw this financial cancer. And he said to himself, if I keep being comfortable in my career, then the rest of my people will perish. We cannot wait for an outsider to come and bring and solve this financial cancer. Somebody within us, from us, has to start, has to take the baton and go through the sacrifice and go through the pain to make sure that our communities come ahead. And so far, after leaving his career now about 14 years doing this, he has drastically brought a tremendous change into the community. So many people, including myself right here, who were literally in financial bondage, can literally now say, I'm walking the path of financial freedom. And I'm just one of so many whose lives have been touched. So we sometimes call him the Moses who is decided to bring Egyptians, the people of God out of Egypt.
To lead them out of Egypt. Okay, but he doesn't stutter. So he doesn't stutter like Moses.
He doesn't at all. And he did not reject the calling that God had on his life. Because for you to leave that kind of luxury income to just sacrifice it to go build this for the sake of your community, that's obedience. So ladies and gentlemen, I could talk about him all day because that's how passionate I feel about his heart. But I want to hear from him. Put your hands together and welcome Dr. Martin Kwende.
Okay, Dr. Kwende, I know you met me through our sister organization, but on behalf of AfricaOnline Media Corporation, as the chair and CEO of this organization, I want to warmly welcome you. Because you are so special, and you have blessed not just the Cameroonian community, but you have blessed Bali women like Dr. Nabs and Dr. Judith. We are going to extend the show just so that everybody else can be blessed by you. So the mic is yours. And I'm sure you know Asonglefan Kemleke. If you don't know him, then you are not a Cameroonian. So Nia Song was having some kind of technical difficulties for the first time today. I told him it's because there were so many Bali women on this show. But please take your time and educate as much as you can. It's our airtime. We don't have to answer to anybody. So the mic is yours.
Dr. Pam, thank you so very much. I appreciate it. And Dr. Nabs, thank you for the super kind introduction. I also spend a lot of time with Dr. Judith, obviously, right? So I've been kind of running around today, but she's like, you have to get on this call. I'm like, okay. So I just got right on. Anyway, I'm excited to be here, right? Because, empowering our people is something that I'm passionate about, right? All of us are into literacy, basically. That's what we do, right? That's what we thrive on as Africans. We want to be educated. The challenge is not the education, is what we're educated on, right? There are essentially 5 key things that we have in life. We call it the 5 F's: faith, family, finance, fitness, and fun. Now, most of us always talk about faith as number 1, which is true. But the next one is family. And the question I ask everyone is, and you guys can interact just so we get a point. Can you help your family without finance?
No.
Can you exercise your faith without finance?
That's a tough one. You keep questioning God every day.
Nope.
Right? So bottom line is, of the 5 F's, faith, finance, family, finance, fitness, and fun, finance is the number 1 thing that you have to fix for all the other things to work. Even though it's not the most important thing, it's the number 1 thing that has to be fixed. You look at my palm, faith is like, finance is like this thumb right here. It touches everything. Without that, nothing is going to work, right? So part of the challenge that we have is what? All of us, we go to school, we grow up. Most of you on this call right now, you are in the US, but you were not born here. Is that correct?
That's correct.
So why do we come here?
Better future, education, finance.
Yeah, we came here for freedom.
F.
Does that make sense? Yeah, exactly. But there are 3 freedoms. There's freedom of time, money, and location. Right? Because of technology, we are all on Zoom right now, right? That's location freedom in essence, right? But time and money, how many of us can really honestly say that we have total control of our time right now? What about control of our money? On this call right now, we have a lot of super educated people. I see like 5 doctors already right on this call, right? And growing up, my mother told me that if you study, you're going to be rich. So I'm curious, how many of you feel rich because of the education that you have?
You don't want to know my answer.
So this is part of our challenge. So my background a little bit, I'm obviously from Cameroon. I went to England on scholarship. I have a PhD in biomedical engineering at 25. And I work in Silicon Valley. I used to make things and put in people, brain stimulators, pacemaker stents. And I felt like I was very successful, right? My wife and I were making $500,000 a year, but I still didn't feel like I had control of my time or my money. And I was asking myself, something is wrong. How is that possible that you're educated, you work for 20 years in Silicon Valley, you're a top executive, and you have no control of your time or your money? So I said, something is wrong. So I asked a few questions, and then somebody told me exactly what I needed to know. And so I basically, in 2010, I started learning about money, which I never learned in school. So I decided to quit my career after studying money for 4 years. In 2014, I quit my career altogether. And I told myself, I'm going to educate my community about wealth, about money, right? And it's a very simple formula. What I'm going to do, I'm going to show you guys so you can see how simple this is. And I'm hoping that all of us, and this is part of when we talk about financial literacy, it sounds like a far-fetched subject, but it's really not, okay? All that it is that what you have to understand, if you want to be free in any way, you have to be able to, learn something they call the wealth equation. Now, can I share something on the screen real quick?
Yes, let me give you a course so you can share. Yes. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Thank you, Dr. Pam, I appreciate it. So I'm going to share just a couple of slides, right? So this is what I show everyone. And some of you that are here for the first time, just pay attention. There's something called the wealth equation. If you want to be financially free, you have to understand how wealth works. It's very simple. All that it says is that when you take money, you make your income, you subtract your living expenses for your lifestyle, you're going to have savings. Pretty straightforward, correct? You make money, you spend some, you save some, period. Question I have for everyone. How many of us can honestly say we're living our dream lives right now?
Far from it.
So guess what? I'm going to strike that out of the equation. How many of you can say you have enough savings for the future that you desire financially? Nowhere
close.
Strike. What seems to be an issue then based on this equation? Income. How many of us make enough income for the lifestyle that we want?
Not me.
I'm going to strike that too. So this is my question for every one of you. If this is the wealth equation and everything is strike, 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 the question is, what kind of lifestyle are you living then? Guess what? Most people are living paycheck to paycheck, just surviving. Right? For those of you that are of faith, when God made Adam, he said, I want you to go dominate the earth. How do we get to just choosing to survive instead of dominating? Who can honestly tell me that they're dominating their lives right now? Right? So guess what? You have to learn how to build wealth. It's 5 simple steps. That's the last thing I'm going to show. Very simple. Number 1, you have to make income. So the degrees that we get, the skills that we learn, those are necessary as a first step to building wealth. The only issue is that there are 2 types of income. One is called working income. That's like a job by the hour. The other one is called passive income. That one is based on 2 things. They call it OPT, other people's time, and OPM, other people's money. Those are the 2 things that you can leverage to create wealth. But guess what? Most people only have working income, but no passive income. That's the number 1 issue, is how much money they can make right now. The second step is that you have to make enough to save some. And only after you save can you try to grow the money. And you have to know how your money grows. Now, number 4 is very important. It says you have to protect the growth process. Okay, there are 4 things that can limit your wealth. Number 1 is what? Income loss. What if you get into an accident right now today, you get a stroke, heart attack, something happens to you, and you're not making income? Can you continue to build wealth? Absolutely not. So they have something called an income replacement strategy. Some of you have disability at work. Does that make sense? Market downturn. How many of you lost money in your portfolio in the last month or last week, last few days? A lot of money was lost. In fact, I think for the last month, people have, this system has lost over $7 trillion. It's crazy. But just look in your own 401k or your Roth or whatever, you'll be shocked how much money you've lost. So there's something called what? You have to do market protection or market downturn protection. They call it indexing. Make sense? Then the next one is inflation. Inflation is a very simple concept. If I buy this phone today for $100 and I say next year I'm going to buy the same phone and I save $100, if the price of the phone goes to $120 and I only have $110, I cannot buy the same phone. For that to be the case, to maintain my buying power, I have to grow my money at least the rate of inflation. That's what they call inflation. Does that make sense? So you have to protect yourself from that by growing your money. The last thing is taxes. You heard Dr. Nabs talking about taxes, right? Because you have to understand how to keep more of your money from yourself. If you can do these 4 steps, then I would say that you're financially literate. You can actually make money. And then the last step is what? You have to be able to transfer the money to the next generation. So this is my question for all of you right now. I don't know about you. I grew up without a father. My mother was just a poor farmer. She never went to school. So guess what? My father never passed on. He never transferred anything to me. My mother died broke. She never gave me anything either. So let me ask you this. For all of you that are listening to me, if your kids grow up to your current age and they are financially exactly where you are right now, would you be okay with that?
That's a failure.
So why are you okay for it for you? Guess what? Every one of us in our community need to understand how to navigate these 5 key steps. They seem very simple, but that's the answer to what? Being able to create a future for our kids that is way different than the ones that you and I experienced. And it has nothing to do with all the doctorate degrees that we have. It's really just learning the system, the way it works, and taking advantage of it. Something as simple as banking. You and I put money in a bank, they pay us 1%, for example, that's too much. And then they charge us on the credit card, on the mortgage, credit card, like 20% on our money. All of us do it without asking any questions. You go to work, they give you a retirement plan, like a 401k, right? But they don't tell you anything. But there are way better plans than the 401k that you don't even know, right? The other part we talk about insurance, and this is the part I'm not understanding. You guys realize that at some point, all of us on this call, we're going to die, correct?
Mm-hmm.
When we die, it's going to cost money. Yes or yes?
Of course, yeah.
So someone's going to have to pay that money.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have insurance, guess what? The rest of us have to pay that money on your behalf. That's why some people may do GoFundMe, whatever, right? Or your kids have to pay, your siblings have to pay. However, this system allows you to have something as simple as what you guys call death insurance, because there are two types. There's life insurance and then there's death insurance. They have death insurance that if you die, somebody's going to pay your family money. So Dr. Pam, imagine that you and I have to die regardless anyway.
I'm going to die at 120, Dr. Martin.
But
120 years. I have 60 years to go.
Dr. Pam, some people die for free. If the system is willing to pay us for dying, why is some of you choosing to die for free?
That's so true.
Why people in this country know what I just told you. So every time they have a child that is born, as soon as they're born 2 weeks in the US, they put life insurance on them. And then all of us are like, oh, we're afraid because it's going to be like, want to kill them. Whether you get killed or not, you're still going to die.
That's a valid point. Yeah, that's the mindset and the culture. Yeah.
So the bottom line is we just have to learn how to take advantage of the system. Because if we don't, the system is going to take advantage of us, which is already been doing all this time.
Yeah. Dr. Kwende, one thing I need to say, what you shared, I don't know, Nia-song, we may have to do another show because the screen that you shared, I think our audience really need a breakdown. I know Dr. Nabs already put a link on the forum, but before we wind down this show, like I said, we already extending the show and Mr. Songlefak is okay with it. We need to make sure that people listening to you, Dr. Nabs and Dr. Judith today can follow up with you so that they can get more in-depth, because 90 minutes or 2 hours is not enough. The screen that you shared is so important because it needs to be broken down some more for the lay person. You know, like before you came, I had already confessed, today's not Saturday, I was born and raised Catholic, but I already confessed to the audience that I'm one of those people that have been listening to this thing. We've been doing financial literacy on this show every year, April, for many years. And I'm saying this, please don't be like me. I have not applied any of the thing, but I want to at least apply it. So what I'm just saying is that screen you shared, we need our audience to have, unless that form Dr. Nab put is the only way to contact you guys. If there's a website or videos that they can go and even look at it some more besides just the form, I would appreciate that if that's shared on the chat box, because we have people that are watching on YouTube. We're going to put it on Facebook and it's going to stay there for life. So please, continue.
Yeah, so Dr. Pam, bottom line is this. We as a community need to learn how to help ourselves. Make sense?
Agreed.
Part of our challenge is that we're always hoping that someone's going to come help us. Mm-hmm. A lot of people have come. But if their goal was really to help us, we would not be in the trouble that we're in right now.
That's true.
Right? You guys realize I just learned something that is very disturbing to me. In the US, there used to be something called redlining. I don't know if you guys have heard about it. Mm-hmm. There were certain zones that if you live in that zone, you never get loan from a bank for anything.
Wow.
Now, guess who live in those zones? Most of the people look like you and me. Okay? The rest of the people got loans to go and live in the suburbs. Now, that's kind of historical, but this is my point, though. Do you guys know how costly it is to have money in Africa to run a business right now?
Oh, yes.
If you go and borrow money in Africa right now, go check. It might cost you 5 to 10% a month to borrow money.
Oh, I think it's more than that. I think it's like 23%. So,
yeah. What business can you possibly do to give you that kind of money in that time frame?
It's not.
Nothing. So guess what? The redlining is continuing on an entire continent right now. But you and I have a unique opportunity to change that. First, by learning what it is, and secondly, understanding that we have to come together. All of us have to come together and create an opportunity where we can actually build companies and create credit facilities for ourselves.
Great.
Okay. And it's something that we are already doing that right now, but I'm just kind of bringing the awareness to our own people. We have to start paying attention to how the society works and make sure that we can set ourselves up and not always wanting for somebody else to come do something for us.
Great. Niasong, before we go to the round of the table, Dr. Kwende, thank you so much. We're going to have you back on this program. It doesn't have to be during Financial Literacy Month, but Niasong, do you have any questions for Dr. Martin Kwende before you do the round of the table?
No, I just wanted to appreciate what he has done for us, even though within a very short time. But as you say, we would love to have him back some other time because we need him to let our African community know exactly what it is that they are missing in this world because of their own misconceptions of what financial literacy is all about.
Okay, Nia, I just thought about
I don't know
something.
if I came through.
Yeah, I just thought about
Yeah.
something, Niasong. We dedicate June to men of African descent. And since men are supposed to be the financial head, when I perform weddings, I always tell the man, her money belongs to her and your money belongs to her. I think June is not that far. Dr. Kwende, Dr. Judith, please check with Dr. Kwende his availability any Sunday in June, because we want him to take time and break this thing down. Because what he just gave us here was just a forerunner part 2. So we need the real person arriving because it's not enough time, even though we extended the show by 15 minutes or so. So Dr. Judy, please check with Dr. Kwende his schedule, and we want to bring him. And Dr. Kwende, even though we are going to be doing, that month is dedicated to men, you'll be talking to both men and women, but if you can also take a few minutes during that show and really implant this thing in the minds of the men, because a man that is financially literate gives you a home that is financially literate, So please, just Dr. Judy, you let me know. So Niasong, I think you can do the round of the table. And Dr. Nabs, I'm very impressed. Dr. Judith, I'm so impressed. I'm also in the medical field. You guys are trying to make me switch careers right now, and I'm trying to learn AI. You guys don't give me extra work, please. There are only 24 hours in a day. Niasong, over to you.
Everyone, please unmute yourselves if you can, so that we can ask you, to state your last points or to say your last point before we go away. So I see somebody just came in, Dr.
Just a
King,
minute for the people that are joining us for the first time.
Can you unmute yourself?
Niasong is having audio difficulties. Your last word could be a question to Dr. Kwende or Dr. Nabs or Dr. Judith. Just know that your last point could be a question. So please feel free. All right. Niasong, go ahead.
Yes. Jasmine, unmute. Please, everyone unmute so that we can let you ask or state your last point. Jasmine, are you ready to ask your last point or state your mind? Give us a state of your mind at this point after listening to everything. Jasmine seems not to be available. Joyce, Ajekwa, Andong, she's been there but has not unmuted. Anybody else? Liz Fogam or Fogwen? Liz Fogwen, please unmute and say what you think about the conversation. Debbie was driving. Is she still driving? Is she in a position to unmute and say a last word?
Debbie, yes,
thank you.
I'm still driving near. So
your last word.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Kwende. It's such an honor hearing your voice today. I used to hear of you since I was a baby, and to hear you speak like this.
Oh my God. Debbie, this man is a gentleman. What are you trying to do to him on this live broadcast?
From him, but I've heard of the name from Nita and somewhere.
Okay.
So
now we
want to say,
the big brother. I have 2 big brothers that are doctors.
So you're talking about his big brother because he's a young man.
She's breaking up.
No, I was just saying thank you to me, Martin Kwende, and all the other speakers, and hopefully you can come back for the remainder of this month and educate us some more. Thank you, and I yield back to you, Ni Asong.
Niasong, are you frozen again?
Victor Ndumbe, is that one of the Ndumbes? Is that one of the family, or is an independent person?
Oh my God!
Unmute and give us
That's
your last word,
Dr.
please.
Nabs' husband.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. But if he has anything to say, you can go ahead and say it, please.
Yes. So just one last.
Your last word.
Last word. So we appreciate especially Dr. Martin Kwende. Him and I were classmates back in Sacred Heart, so we've known each other for years. And I suffered from analysis paralysis, like.
Oh my God, that is very contagious in our community.
It is very contagious, and that's the fact. So when you get when you sign a contract for a 401k, you never ask questions. But when somebody else comes and tells you something else, another option, you start asking questions. Analysis paralysis. We need to get mode, and then that's the only way we can change. We got to start from our minds, and then from our minds, it's going to act. So appreciate Dr. Martin Kwende. I appreciate Nabila and my sister-in-law, Dr. Judith, and Dr. Pam. It was nice catching up again.
Yeah, thank you. And I apologize. I'm on the road, so I couldn't show my face. But I still look the way I looked in Houston in the 80s.
That's all that matters. That's what I got.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And now we go to Dr. Crosslin, please. Your last word.
Oh, my last words? Oh, no, not last words, but I just love Her Excellency, Reverend Dr. Pam, and she is more than beautiful, and she has passion. Oh, sure, and she has a great heart, and I love what she does with her platform. And Dr. Pam, just so you know, we're all praying for your success in New York. Thank you all.
Thank you, Miss Virginia. Appreciate you.
Thank you so much. Dr. Foyabo, give us your last word before we go across the line.
Thank you so much. My computer is saying it's on energy, so I'm just going to rush through it. Thank you for giving us this platform, everyone that took part in it, especially Dr. Pam. Thank you, Dr. Martin, for coming through. I know you had to peel yourself off from wherever you were, and my amazing sister always there to carry me when I'm falling, even though she's younger than me. Thank you, audience, for being here. Don't forget to click on the jot form. That is really important. It's going to help you with your financial health check, and we can get to you one-on-one. Every question you have will be answered. Mindset change is the real deal. Don't be played. If you know the rules, you will win. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you very much, Dr. Nabs.
Just want to thank Dr. Kwende for being here, and audience. This is a pretty.
Dr. Ndube Nabs.
Yeah, she's speaking. Yeah.
Go ahead, please.
This is the man that's well sought for, like, to get him to stand in your midst, to share a few words with you. Please don't take this for granted. I would highly encourage everyone, click on that jot form so you can get a chance to have a one-on-one and learn the things that he was sharing in more detail and how it applies to you. Remember, knowledge without action is equal to what? No knowledge.
No knowledge.
Knowledge is only powerful when it's applied. So take action.
I look forward to funding my passion as I go forward. Dr. Moses Martin Ndumbe, please, your last word.
Wait, no, Niasong, are you okay? You need to change your glasses. You mean Dr. Martin Kwende? I think your glasses are expired, Niasong.
Pardon me?
All right, Niasong, don't worry, I'll help you out. Dr. Martin, please, your last word.
Yeah, by the way, I just, I'm very appreciative of the opportunity to be able to join this platform, Dr. Pam and Niasong. Thanks. Growing up, I heard your name everywhere.
Was it the one that called your GCE results?
I'm not sure, but I've heard your name so many years. So it's a great pleasure to have the chance to actually talk to you. And thank you for everything that you've done, Dr. Pam. And everyone on this platform, I want to thank you, Dr. Nabs and Dr. Judith, Victor, for always making sure that I'm available. I've been kind of, running around today, but she's like, you have to get on this call. So Dr. Pam, I truly would look forward to coming back,
Awesome.
right, and spending some real time to make sure that we empower our people. And that's my passion. Yeah. So thank you very much for the platform.
Thank you, Dr. Martin. Thank you, Dr.
Thank you very
Muka.
much, Dr. Pam. Your turn now.
Thank you, Dr. Muka.
No, Tinwa is speaking. Let's speak.
Yes,
Tinwa
there's somebody talking.
Yeah, Tinwa, give your last word.
Thank you very much, Dr. Muka, and thanks so much to Dr. Judith who put this on our cast platform where I got the information from. And I'm very delighted very delighted seeing Dr. Muka today. After so many years listening to him, we were in school together in PSS Mancon.
Okay.
And we know ourselves better. Thanks a lot, Dr. Kwende. It's been a really long time we haven't seen, and I wish through this platform we will see much more often. Thank you very much.
Okay, please click that form. Click that dot form that they put in there so that you can get in touch with him. It's in the chat box. Click the form.
Where is it? Okay.
All right. Okay, so I think today was a family reunion, a class reunion. Yeah, exactly. We had a family reunion, a class reunion.
Very much so. So it's your turn to give your last word and to thank us for being here today.
Nia-song, whatever device you're using today, don't bring it back on this platform because this has never happened in 9 years. It has never happened. Make sure you are the main anchor of this show. I'm just here to support. So honestly, on behalf of AfricaOnline Media Corporation, I truly, truly, truly want to thank Dr. Judith for putting this together. Thank Dr. Nabila Ndumbe. Dr. Ndube, here you're in Dallas. I'll be spending some time in Dallas, so I'll get to meet you in person. I want to thank Dr. Martin Kwende, who is a servant leader in my opinion, because most Africans will not do that. They will not give up their comfort zone to come and empower our people. So Dr. Martin, thank you so much, and keep doing what you are doing. God will continue to strengthen you as you go around empowering our people and transforming lives. And he will keep blessing you, because in blessing in blessing others, you get blessed too. Yes. That's Luke 6:38. I'm not going to preach, but that's what Luke 6:38 said. That's the biblical reference for that. So thank you again. It was so good to see Nabila, your husband. I mean, I don't know if I'm mistaken. You were in Houston, right? Sometime it wasn't. I don't know why I knew you, but it's good to see you back on here. And Debbie, thank you so much. I want to thank Dr. King, Jasmine, who saw it on Eventbrite, Dr. Joyce, who was not able to speak, Liz Fongwen, who spoke, Debbie McCormick, you're still driving, thank you so much, and of course, Miss Virginia World, Dr. Crosslin, thank you so much. Dr. Crosslin, please copy that jot form and share it with all your handsome guys in Mr. DC and all those people that you meet, all those wealthy people, whether they're NFL players or NBA, wherever you meet them, copy that link and share it with them. Let them know they need to come hear from Dr. Ndumbe and Dr. Kwende and Dr. Foyabo. Nia-song, over to you.
Thank you all for making it today. Please don't hesitate to come back whenever it is possible. Let Honorable know, let Her Royal Highness know, and then of course she will link you up to us, and we'll be able to have you in the house to share this information, which is so very necessary for our audience, for our people, especially those of them on the continent. Thank you all, and have a great week.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You have been amazing.